10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Lich.
Dire team pick. Radiant.
Shadow Shaman.
Earth Shaker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Legion Commander.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Sven stands ready.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Clockwork!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Abyssal Underlord!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Soul Warlord!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
A world devourer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Sniper!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and tonight we have a game between Sigma 5 and ThaEsports. Okay, so at the start we see a pause coming in, and that is really very situational because this gives me time to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, SRM University. Do check them out. They roll out good students every year. And let's get to the heroes of this game. We have a Legion Commander Lich, Clockwork, Troll Warlord, and an Outworld Devourer towards the Radiant side. And we have a Shadow Shaman, Underlord, Sniper, Earthshaker, and a Sven on the side of the Dire. So the game has been paused right now. I assume that the people over there have their sort of hardware problems. Maybe they're playing in a LAN environment and they need to recharge like last game. So yeah, we will see how this plays out. And the go sign has been given and the game is about to unpause. We see a bunch of banter coming in from the teams in the old chat. So Sigma 5, as you know, who are playing at the Radiant side, they are a well-known Indian team. We've seen them in Playtonia's Conquerors Insignia before, and I hope they can do well since they do have that home ground advantage and they have ThaEsports. I don't think they're that's going to be an Indian team naming themselves ThaEsports. I assume they're from Thailand, so I'll wish them luck. And since the game has been conveniently paused, we are going to give out a sponsor shout out, and that is going to be Phoenix Market City, Bangalore. Do go there if you are ever going to be in Bangalore. Phoenix Market City is a really nice place to go up to. Maybe if you have, you know, a date or so, a date or two, it doesn't matter. Go to Phoenix Market City, have fun. They have a bunch of malls, bunch of shops, bunch of branded clothing, bunch of branded shoes if you're into that kind of thing. So do check them out. And also to Acer Predator, I don't need to go in detail about what Acer Predator does. They give out a lot of gaming hardware. Do check them out. So it seems as though the game is not going to be unpaused anytime soon. Alright, since the game is still paused, do check us out. We are Playtonia. Check out our Facebook page, check out our website, playtonia.com. If you want to play in 128 tick servers for CSGO, do register yourselves, play that, have fun, be the cancerous CSGO player that you always wanted to be in 128 tick. Have fun. So the game is going to get unpaused and paused again. Okay. It seems as though the hardware problems that the team is having is going to take a while. Apparently that is a microphone problem from the side of the Radiant. I think that is ThaEsports in the Radiant side. Okay, now that is Sigma 5 on the Radiant side and ThaEsports on the Dire. Right, and the go sign has been given, and we see a smoke coming in from both the sides. The Shadow Shaman and the Clockwork have TP to the mid lane, trying to place the wards and gain that early advantage, going for the mid laners for their teams. We see it's going to be an OD versus Sniper in the mid lane. That is a matchup that I would give the edge to Sniper, since he does have that long range, and that long range will allow him to gain more last hits and harass the OD out of the lane. We see the Underlord pick coming in from the side of ThaEsports. Underlord is a really good hero, he's really tanky, and the dot damage that he deals will be sure to harass people out of his lane. So the smoke has broken out. We see the Troll Warlord in the bottom lane. Maybe he's trying to go for the rune, but he does not realize that the Underlord is going to be there, and an Underlord versus a Troll Warlord. In the beginning of the game, they don't match very well. So the Troll just spots out the Underlord. The Underlord does not have anything skilled as of yet, and the Troll, he is going to go for a bunch of right clicks, but I don't think he's going to contest for the runes. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it's going to be a Legion Commander, Lich, and they're going to be laning with a Clockwork, I presume. An aggressive tri-lane in the off-lane coming in from the side of Team Sigma 5.
Was meant to have this.
So the bounty runes are going to get picked up. We see that the block coming in from Ralph on the Earthshaker. ThaEsports making the blocks right now. But then again, they do have the Lich over the side of Sigma 5. He can eat the range creep and deny a bunch of experience going to the side of ThaEsports. And there we go, the Lich eats the range creep, so that is going to be one creep denied to the Sven every time the lane is going to get pushed. So we see a bunch of harassment coming in from the Lich and the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman does have the edge. He goes for the D-ward of the Observer being placed by the Lich. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, it's going to be the Earthshaker and the Underlord going up against the Troll Warlord. He only has the Clockwork to support him over there. I don't think that is a really good idea. We see Ralph taking a bunch of punches from the Troll Warlord, but it does not look like he is going to deal a lot of damage. The Earthshaker goes for that Fissure Block, and he gets that successfully. But the Battery Assault coming in from the Clockwork is going to stun lock the Earthshaker, but he will go out. It's not going to last long enough to get a kill onto the Earthshaker. As for the farm, we see the Underlord does have the edge over the Troll Warlord with that Atrophy Aura, giving him that plus 30 bonus damage. And now that he has that Firestorm, he will be able to push that lane pretty consistently and make sure the Troll does not get a lot of lasted, since the creeps will be pushed under the tower, and we all know how difficult it is to last it under the tower. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it seems as though the Sven is going to be having a good time. The Shadow Shaman support works really well. The overwhelming odds coming in from the Legion Commander is going to do a decent amount of harass, but the amount of regen that the Sven has is going to make it look like nothing.
Fortune's change.
The Sven messing up a bunch of his last hits. It might not look that precious in the early game, but in the late game, each one of those last hits count. And we see the Clockwork going for rotation. He spots out the Underlord. The Battery Assault is going to stun the Underlord, but I don't think that he will be able to kill that, since the Underlord is really strong. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see a Shrapnel going in onto the OD. The OD is going to get chipped up with that, but the Clockwork TPs in, and the OD and the Clockwork are going to be staying in the mid lane, since the two supports from ThaEsports are going to rotate onto the mid lane, trying to get a kill onto that OD. The bottom lane does look really dire for Team Sigma 5. The Troll Warlord is not getting a lot of CS. But then again, the Underlord though, he is enjoying that lane. He seems to be having a really good time. The OD though, as I predicted in the beginning of the game, he's not going to be having a really good time against that sniper 1v1 unless one of his supports comes in to help. But that's the fact about supports coming in to help. They need to protect their side lane carries, so I don't think there will be a bunch of support rotations coming in from the side of Sigma 5. An Astral Prism coming onto the sniper, that is going to deal a decent amount of damage. The Sven though, having queued up that Power Tress, is probably going to get that if he does not miss any of those last hits. The Underlord has that Arcane Boots being queued up. Once he has that, he will be able to spam that Firestorm pretty consistently, harassing the Troll Warlord out of the lane. You see the Legion Commander going deep in. He is going to get shackled by the Sven. The Sven is going to deal a decent amount of damage. The Stormhammer coming in stuns that, and that is going to be a first blood going for the side of ThaEsports. The Shadow Shaman picks that up with that nuke of his. Okay, we see a good Fissure Ball coming in from the Earthshaker down the mid lane. The Shrapnel is dealing a decent amount of damage, but the OD is trying to run away, and yeah, he might be able to run away. No, I don't think so. The Shrapnel is going to slow him down, and the Earthshaker with that Enchant Totem gets that last hit. He gets that kill. 2 kills going to the side of ThaEsports, and 0 for Team Sigma 5. Sigma 5, we see they go for another kill in the top lane. The Lich is going to get caught out by the Shadow Shaman and the Sven, and he goes down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Clockwork is going to survive from the onslaught of the Earthshaker and the Sniper. So things are looking really well down in the bottom lane for the Underlord. He has a decent amount of last hits. Meanwhile, the Troll, he is getting some CS here and there, but then again, the Firestorm coming in from the Underlord is harassing him out of the lane. That is quite an OP spell, if I can say so myself. Clockwork is going to spot out a rotation coming in from the supports of ThaEsports. So the top lane, they need to be really careful. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see the phase boots coming in from the Troll Warlord. He is getting really low, but the Underlord does not have a means to catch him. He does not have that level into his root, but the Firestorm is going to deal a decent amount of damage. Maybe one more right click from the Underlord can get a kill onto the Troll Warlord, but he does not want to take that risk. That overwhelming odds coming in from the Legion Commander is going to get that Sven really low, but he does have that magic wand to pop out, and he is going to be fine. Meanwhile, the Clockwork, he is roaming with a smoke in his inventory, so I guess it's safe to say that they are looking to go for a gank somewhere.
Invisibility.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see that the OD and the Clockwork are trying to gun for a kill onto the Sniper. The OD is deep inside near the tier 1. The Clockwork, though, he's nowhere near, so I don't think that is going to be much of a problem. The Troll Warlord, as usual, he is going to get harassed out of the lane. He pops that salve. He does need to waste about 100 gold every time he gets really low. The OD is... okay, he goes for that Astral Imprisonment, and we see a combination coming in from the Clockwork. We see 2 TPs in from the supports of ThaEsports. The Earthshaker is going to go for that kill onto the Clockwork, and he goes down. The OD is going to be trapped. He is going to use that Astral Imprisonment and try to save himself, but I don't think that is going to happen. So 2 kills go to the way of ThaEsports and Sigma 5, feeding those 2 easy kills to the Sniper. So that is going to be a really scary Sniper in the late game. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see that the Underlord diving deep in, trying to harass the Troll Warrior out of the lane. The Clockwork does TP in, so he needs to be more careful about his endeavors.
Yes.
An Arcane Rune being picked up by the Underlord, so he will be able to spam out that Firestorm more frequently.
For the dead.
Okay, we do see a rotation coming in from the Clockwork. He does have that Underlord trapped for now. The Underlord, I think they're trying to bait out that Firestorm coming in from the Underlord. He does walk towards the bottom side of that side shop. He is going to get spotted out by the Clockwork with that Battery Assault and Cogs. He is going to trap him. I think the Underlord is going to die, and Dante on the Troll Warlord is going to take that kill. The Earthshaker gets that stun onto the Troll Warlord with that Enchant Totem, but I don't think he will be able to do a lot since he is really tanky with that 4-man shield, and he also deals a lot of damage with that phase boots. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see the Lich and Legion Commander not having a really good time. The Legion Commander is getting some consistent amount of farm, but he is not going to be having a really good time. The Firestorm is going to get the Troll Warlord really low, so he might need to go for that south once more. No, I think they're going to go to towards the shrine. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the OD is going to get caught out again, shackled, and the shrapnel is going to make sure that the sniper gets that kill. The OD, he has died about 3 times already to the sniper, so he needs a better way of getting his farm than getting behind the tier 1 of the Dire and dying. In the top lane, the Sven has a decent amount of farm. He has completed his power treads and is trying to finish up his Mask of Madness. Okay, the Enchant Totem coming down the bottom lane. The Troll Warlord is going to get trapped up and rooted by the Underlord. One more fissure and they might be able to get that kill, but the Clockwork coming in and the Cogs is going to make sure that the Troll Warlord is going to survive for now. He is getting really low, so they did force him out of the lane. That is a massive amount of time waste coming in from the side of ThaEsports. So we see an initiation down the bottom lane. The Shadow Shaman is going to drop his wards. We see the Shackle coming on to... Okay. The Shadow Shaman does go down. He does feed that dual kill to the Legion Commander. And one more kill on going down to the Legion Commander. He gets a double kill, killing both the Shadow Shaman and the Sven. We see the Cogs coming down to the bottom lane. The Clockwork is going to get trapped up by the Underlord. The Underlord does not have enough mana to pop that Firestorm. Okay, he does, but he cancels it out. I don't know for what reason he would do that, but he does see the Clockwork going in. The Troll Lord did TP out, so he is going to TP back to base. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see the OD, having completed his power treads, is trying to go for an Astral Imprisonment onto the Sniper. But we see a Shackle coming, Hex and Shackle coming in from the Shadow Shaman, and that is probably going to secure another kill going for the Sniper. The OD is dying left and right like a mosquito down in Africa. Okay, we see the Lich trying to go for a bunch of nukes onto the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker is going to use that fissure and block off the Clockwork, who he also saw him chasing. The Battery Assault is not going to catch the Earthshaker. He is going to TP back. Maybe if he activated the Battery Assault before using that Cogs onto that Earthshaker, he might have gotten that kill. But then again, mistakes are natural to be made. We see the overwhelming odds spam coming out from the Legion Commander is going to force out the Sven out of the lane. The Lich has his Tranquil Boots queued up. Meanwhile, the Earthshaker, he went for a really weird item choice, going for the Tranquil Boots instead of the Arcane Boots. That is quite a weird item choice if I could say so myself, but the Battery Assault coming in from the Clockwork is going to catch out the Underlord. The Underlord is going to use that route and try to run away, but I don't think that is going to be possible. One more right click, 2 more right clicks coming in from the Troll Warlord could secure the kill, but then again he goes under that tier 1 and he is going to be safe. The Chain Frost being thrown up by the Lich. It is going to deal a decent amount of damage, but none of those is going to bounce to the Shadow Shaman, so he is going to be safe. But the same can't be said for the Sven. He does go down to the Legion Commander and the Lich. He also popped up God Strength, so he will not be having that for the time being. Meanwhile, the Earthshaker is going to be caught out by the OD. The OD does not have a way to stop his TP, so he is going to TP back. What a player, Earthshaker. He just TPs right under the nose of the OD. Well played. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, we see the Underlord has enough farm. He has that mech being queued up. So once he has that, maybe he could go for more team fights, since that healing comes in handy really well. We see another 2 TPs coming in from the supports of ThaEsports, the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman trying to get a kill onto the Troll Warlord. He is backing off now. He's nowhere near that tier 1. They do not want to take that fight since they know that is something they would lose. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, an assassinate coming onto the OD. The OD was really low, but the Astral Imprisonment is going to make sure that he's going to survive that. So the bottom lane,
Radiant's bottom tower.
the wards are going to get dropped, and that is probably going to be the tier 1 going down for the side of ThaEsports. They're going to take that, and that is going to be a lot of gold going into their pockets, making sure they get that farm.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
As the tier 1 falls down, we see the Lich and the Troll Warlord watching there helplessly. And we see an immediate smoke up coming in from ThaEsports. The Underlord and the two supports are trying to scout out a kill onto the heroes of Sigma 5. Who are they going to spot out now? They do see that Troll Warlord trying to farm that lane. They do spot him out. They want to go for a kill onto that, but we see a duel coming in down the mid lane onto the sniper. The sniper is looking to die as of now. He does not give the dual kill, but he goes down nonetheless. That OD hammer is going to secure that kill. An enchant totem onto the OD will secure that kill, but the chain frost is going to bounce between the Underlord and the Shadow Shaman. That is going to deal a lot of damage. The Clockwork coming in with the battery assault is going to make sure that Underlord is going to die. The OD takes that kill. The Shadow Shaman is going to survive for now. 5 heroes down the mid lane. They're looking to push down the tier 1 in the mid. The Mask of Madness completed onto the Troll Warlord is going to make sure that he will be able to get that tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But that does not seem to be the only exchange going to go down. Meanwhile, on the top lane, the Sven is going to pop up his God Strength and try to get that tower. He does deal a decent amount of damage, but it is nowhere near enough to get that tier 1. So the Sven goes back to farming his neutral creeps, but little does he know that 3 heroes from the side of Sigma 5 have smoked up and are trying to go for a kill onto the Sven himself. The Sven does not have a means of escape. Okay, he does try to TP back, but he gets a duel from the Legion Commander and he ends up feeding a kill and also some bonus damage. We see a push being surmounted in the top lane. 3 heroes trying to get that tier 1. There is that Earthshaker trying to defend that, but they won't be able to do that. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Shadow Shaman drops those Serpent Wards, and with the Sniper having completed his Dragon Lance, will be able to secure that from a safe distance. So ThaEsports have that going for them. They get that tier 1 down the mid lane.
Yes.
The Earthshaker, though, even though he has those tier 1 items like the Soul Ring and the Tranquil Boots, he is nowhere close to completing his Blink Dagger, and I believe that once he gets that, they will be able to go for more skirmishes with the help of the Shadow Shaman. We see a bunch of Ancient Stags going for the Dire Jungle, so the Sven will be able to farm that once he has God Strength up again. He does have that up, but I don't think he's going to farm that just yet. Maybe wait until it grows into a triple stack. The Underlord, having completed his mech, is looking really strong, and I believe he is going to go for that Guardian Grease first. Meanwhile, in the top lane, the Underlord and Earthshaker are going to get spotted out. The Legion Commander goes for the duel onto the Earthshaker, and he goes down really fast. The Firestorm deals a decent amount of damage to the Legion Commander, but that is not going to be enough. We see a hook coming onto the Sniper. The Sniper is going to get trapped up. The Shrapnel is going to deal a decent amount of damage, but that is not going to be enough. Meanwhile, the OD also goes down. The Sven takes up that kill. We see the Legion Commander is getting really low. He does not have that blink. That right click coming in from the Sven, cancelling that out. The Stormhammer is also going to cancel that out. One more right click from the Sven could possibly secure the kill, but the Legion Commander has that blink. He blinks into the trees and TP's back to base. A little too late coming in from the Sven, but then again, they do get that consolation prize, that is the kill on the OD.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So 4 heroes coming in from the side of ThaEsports are going to try to get a push onto the tier 1 in the top lane. Meanwhile, we see the Troll Warlord does not give a damn about who is going to be team fighting. He's just going to go ahead and farm up down the bottom lane. And we see a duel coming onto the Underlord. The Underlord is really tanky, but he does go down. He feeds up a dual kill to the Legion Commander. He does have a lot of dual kills stacked up right now. And we see the Echo Slam being used by the Earthshaker. It's not going to be enough. And the Troll Warlord turns around and gets a kill onto the Earthshaker. He goes down, and he did not. That was not a really worthwhile kill since he did use that Echo Slam. So there we go. The Troll Warlord is doing really well. And meanwhile, in the top lane, we see the Shadow Shaman is looking really grim. He is going to go down. The OD is going to take that kill. The Arcane Orb gets that 9 intelligence, and he is happy with that.
Attack.
Well, boys, it does not seem like the game is as uneventful was like the last game. There are kills going left and right, so more fun for me, I guess. The tier 1 in the top lane is going to go down. The OD picks that up.
Dire's top tower.
So that's going to be like 4 heroes pushing down the top tier 2, I guess. But they do not have the Sven anywhere close to take that team fight. The Sven does not have a TP as of yet. Once he gets the TP, maybe he could TP to the top tier 2 and join up his teammates to take that fight. Meanwhile, the sniper just hitting some neutral creeps, trying to farm up that hurricane fight. Once he has that, maybe he has a chance to survive all these dreadful team fights that is getting him killed every time. The Sven pops up his God Strength and tries to clear out those neutral creeps. Meanwhile, the Clockwork also going to go for that Force Staff, counter the Force Staff coming in from the sniper himself. The Troll Warlord has completed his Mask of Madness and is going to go for a Sanjin Yasha. That is a really weird item. He could have gone for a BKB, but then again, he does have a bunch of other teammates who do the disabling for him, allowing him to deal the amount of damage that he needs to. So we see a Blade Mail duel coming in from the Legion Commander. That is going to deal a lot of damage, but I do not believe that is going to be enough to get a kill. The mech being popped up by the Underlord. The Firestorm is going to deal a decent amount of damage towards the Legion Commander, but nowhere near enough to get that kill. So that is going to be a failed duel coming in from the Legion Commander. The heroes from the side of ThaEsports are going to just take it easy for now. They just allow the Sven to take some farm, get those stacks and pop that shrine, so they will be able to get that stack right now. That is going to allow him to complete his next level of items, possibly going for a Blink Dagger, I presume. Okay, no, he went for an Echo Saber instead. The Echo Saber is going to allow him to deal way more damage than he does, because that's an instant 2 hits with that God Strength being popped up. The Troll Warlord also in his own jungle is going to do those ancients. He files his ultimate to do that. So that might, if the heroes from the side of ThaEsports figured out that the Troll ultimate was used, they would think that he maybe went towards Roche, but I don't think that is a deep level of play that Sigma 5 would have thought about. But then again, we see a Blink duel coming in from the side of the Legion Commander. He goes for the duel, but he is going to get shackled up and hexed. And we see he is going to turn that kill around. The God Strength being popped up by the Sven gets that kill. He is really looking low, so he's just going to run back to base. We see the Clockwork did use that Rocket Flare to scout out, try to get a hook, but he decided otherwise. And we see a stun onto the Ancient Creeps. So since the God Strength was already popped, they are not going to waste that anytime soon. So he just takes out that Ancient stack. So the Sven is going to look like he's going to be really farmed. We see the wards coming in from the supports. So the Radiant don't have enough vision over the dire jungle. So I don't think it's advisable for the Legion Commander to go for all those solo duels, since the Sven or the hero who he is trying to get a kill on is always almost being backed up by the supports. So the Sanjin Yasha being completed on the Troll Warlord. He has the Diffusal Blade being queued up in his quick buy. The Diffusal Blade combined with the movement speed coming in from the Sanjin Yasha is going to allow him to get more kills. We see a 5-man smoke coming in from the side of Sigma 5. They spot out the Earthshaker in the bottom lane. Maybe they want to go for a kill onto that. And the tier 1 in the top lane is going to go down. The sniper is going to take that. Okay, they slip directly by the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker is going to show himself soon in the lane. He is hiding in the trees. They don't spot him out yet. Okay, he is going to get spotted out by the creeps. He does not have his Blink Dagger, and this is a really bad time for him to die. So that is going to set him back on that quest towards getting his Blink Dagger. So we have a 2k net worth lead coming in from the side of Sigma 5, even though things were looking really grim at the beginning of the game since the sniper was owning that OD in the mid lane. Things have turned around as of now. We see the five-man push coming in from Sigma 5. They are looking to push that tier 2, but then again we see the Sven having his blink dagger completed, is going to TP, is going to blink back, but no, he is going to get spotted out by the OD. If they do spot him out, it is going to be really hard. The battery assault is going to cancel out that TP. We see the arcane orb coming out from the OD, is going to secure that kill. He is going to take that. So the Sven does not have anything over that OD. The OD deals way too much damage. Without that BKB, he will not be able to take a fight against the side of Team Sigma. The Earthshaker is just going to give up and try to farm the jungle to get his blink dagger. Once he gets that blink dagger though, it is going to be a game changer since he can go for a bunch of disables and try to help his teammates during all those crucial team fights. We see a push coming down to the bottom lane. The Underlord is going to spearhead that while the sniper hits from behind and tries to deal the damage that he does.
Radiant's bottom tower.
We see the Clockwork is going to get spotted out by the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker though does not have his blink dagger as of yet, so I don't think that's advisable to go in that deep in. The Troll Warlord though, he has other ideas. He's going to go for Roshan. He is probably going to get that sometime soon. And the side of ThaEsports have no idea that he's going to be doing Roshan. Okay, the Shadow Shaman is going to get spotted out by the Legion Commander. He goes for that blink and Blade Mail Duel, but he's not going to get that kill as of now. He is going to get force stabbed by the sniper and he's going to be happy, but the Clockwork goes for the hook shot and gets a kill onto the Shadow Shaman who was retreating. And we see the OD finally coming into the fight. He is going to go for a bunch of hits onto the sniper. He does get really low, but the Astral Imprisonment coming in from the OD, trying to save him. He does not have a blink dagger to escape, and the Sven is going to maul down that OD. Get a kill. The sniper is going to be safe for now. He is going to TP back. But he did TP directly into the Troll Warlord. The Troll Warlord using the Diffusal Blade, and he is going to get stun locked by the Troll Warlord, popping out his Mask of Madness. And he does have that Aegis to work with, so he does not really need to go back. He can go for another kill. The Earthshaker having his Blink Dagger right now, he could make some plays happen, but I don't think that is possible right now. The Troll Warlord needs to go for more skirmishes together with his team if he needs to make good use of that Aegis. The Clockwork spots out the Sven farming down the bottom dire jungle. The Underlord has completed his force staff. That is going to allow him to get out of those pesky little cogs coming in from the Clockwork. The Sven though, he is looking to complete his BKB sometime soon. Once he gets that, he will be able to deal a decent amount of damage to the OD without taking a lot of damage himself. The Underlord has that Guardian's Greaves being queued up. Once he gets that, he will be able to heal his teammates and make sure that the duel is not going to go the way of the Legion Commander.
Yes.
Well, since it does not look like any fight is going to get popped up anytime soon, I'm going to give out a shout out to Circle CD Gaming. They are one of our sponsors. Do check them out. You do know that Circle makes a really good kind of cabinets for desktop PCs. So do check them out. And we see a smoke coming in from the side of ThaEsports. They are going to blink in onto the OD. The OD is going to get stunned up. He is going to get force staff and he is going to be saved. But the same cannot be said for the Clockwork. He is going to get shackled by the Shadow Shaman. But the Glimmer Cape is not going to be enough to save him. But oh my god, that is a sight to see. We see the OD popping up his hammer. 3 heroes are really low and the game is going to be paused at the exact same moment. That was okay. So then again, since the game is going to be paused, I'm going to give out a shout out to one of our other sponsors, Redbull. Do check them out. If you have not heard about Redbull, I assume that you've been living in Pluto. Just be careful with the amount of caffeine intake that you do with Red Bull. But then again, they are really open-minded to sponsoring esports in India. Do check them out. And Twitch as our broadcasting partner. If you're a gamer, you know that Twitch is the medium to go to if you want to watch a bunch of streams. And the go sign has been given by the side of Sigma 5. The clockwork is down, and the game is going to be unpaused, and the carnage going to get unleashed. Okay, the duel coming onto the Sven. The Sven is going to go down. The Legion Commander makes sure that he dies, but the OD though, the OD deals a lot of damage. That is going to be 3 heroes going down for the side of ThaEsports. The Earthshaker is going to be safe for now. He just blinked in, but he's also going to go down. The Sniper is going to be the only one who survives. The Sniper is going to TP, but no, the Astral Imprisonment comes in between the TP, and he is probably also looking to go down. That is going to be a team wipe. One more kill, no! He Hurricane spikes directly into the high ground where the OD was waiting to get that kill onto the Sniper, and that is going to be a team wipe. I think that is also going to result in a mid lane push coming in from the side of Sigma 5. They played the team fight really well, and the Legion Commander racking up that dual damage is going to be able to push down these towers and cut them like butter.
Has fallen.
So the tier 3 is going to get pushed out. The tier 3 is not looking really healthier as of now. The Shadow Shaman and the Underlord have respawned. The Sven also has respawned. He does have that Stormhammer. He is going to get instantly hexed by the Shadow Shaman, but he does have that Aegis, so he will be safe for now. The Sven is going to pop the God Strength and the Mask of Manas at the same time, but the Troll Warlord is going to get forced out. The Legion Commander does not look that healthy himself. He is going to take one for the team and die.
I was meant to have
The OD has that BKB being queued up, so once he has that, he's not going to be affected by the pesky little stunts coming in from the side of ThaEsports. And the game is going to get paused once more. I don't think that ThaEsports, I don't think that Sigma 5 have a good connection to this game. They seem to be getting a lot of lag spikes here and there, and I am going to take this time to be the whiny person that I am myself and going to give a shout out to Wittyfeed. Wittyfeed, do check them out. They're a really good website. And let's talk more about the game. The Sniper has a Mjolnir being queued up in his quick buy. Once he gets that, maybe he will be able to deal a decent amount of damage to get a bunch of kills onto the heroes of Sigma 5. But then again, Sigma 5 have that really good initiation. They instantly go for that Sniper every time, and once they get that kill onto him, they just go ahead and kill the rest of the heroes. Like the Sven, he is not going to be useful unless he gets that BKB. Even if he gets that BKB, they could just wait it out and deal the amount of damage that the OD deals. The pure damage coming in from the OD is going to melt down the Sven. The Sven is actually close to his BKB, so let's hold our thoughts to ourselves, and the go sign is going to be given by Sigma 5. So the game is going to get resumed. The OD has a lot of attack speed coming in handy with the Troll Warlord in combination. So we see a 4th stab being geared up on the Earthshaker. Once he gets that, maybe he could also not die like mosquitoes towards the Clockwork's cogs. The Shadow Shaman is going to get spotted out by the Rocket Flare coming in from the Clockwork. Sven, though, he is not going to be looking to fight anytime soon. Maybe once he gets his BKB, they could go for a smoke skirmish and try to get a kill. You see the OD just farming up. He is also close to his BKB, just about 1,000 gold away from that. The Underlord has not completed his Guardian Greaves yet. He wants to go for that Crimson Guard. and that is pretty understandable. The Troll Warlord deals a lot of physical damage, but that is probably not going to help a lot against the OD since he deals pure damage. Pure damage cannot be negated by any kind of damage reductions coming in. So the Earthshaker is sitting down the bottom lane in the trees, trying to look for an easy kill, maybe onto a support like Lich or Clockwork, but I don't think that's going to be possible.
Radiant
If he does get caught out, that is a different story. The Earthshaker is going to go down since the heroes from the side of Sigma 5 do not go out unless they're a group of 2 or 3.
This will do nicely.
This will come in handy.
The Sven has completed his BKB and they are looking to go for a fight down the bottom lane. The rocket player does spot them out, but so I don't think that's a good time to like go for a smoke play. The Earthshaker is visible on the map. He is down the bottom lane. The creeps find him out. The Sven though, I don't think they're scared anymore since that BKB is being completed on the Sven. They want to go for a push.
Oh.
So the heroes from the side of ThaEsports are going to smoke up S5 and try to look for a kill. But then again, it seems as though Sigma 5 are aware of the fact that they are going to go for a kill. So they are going to huddle up near the top Radiant side, the Radiant Ancient stack. So we see the Clockwork is
Dire are scanning.
sitting way at the back. He is looking to go for the sniper when the fight pops up. We see the OD is going to get spotted out. The Glimmer Cake coming in from the Lich. He is going to go for the Chain Frost maybe. No, he is going to get stun locked and shackled by the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman is also going to get... Okay, the Lich goes down. The Clockwork also goes down with him. The Legion Commander does have the Blink Duel, but he will not be able to do anything since the amount of disables coming in from the side of ThaEsports is way too much. The Sven though pops up with Master of Madness, clears out that blue creep wave, and they are looking to go for a push down in mid lane. The creeps though, they're nowhere close, so I don't think they should be taking this fight since the Lich is going to respawn sometime soon. Maybe they could just get the tier 2 and get back, but I don't think they could go for anything more than that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sniper is just going to whittle down the tower, sitting from way far back. He does have that Maelstrom being completed, so that is going to add on to his DPS. The rocket flares coming in from the Clockwork is going to deal a decent amount of damage. The Lich TPs directly onto the tier 2, and the hookshot coming in from the Clockwork is going to trap up the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker is going to be trapped for now, but the BKB into Godstrand being popped up by the Sven. He is trying to look for a kill onto the Troll Warlord, but he is going to escape for now. The OD also goes down. He does not have a Blink Dagger or anything to escape from the Astral Imprisonment. We see the Assassinate coming out from the Sniper. It is going to get cancelled. The Chain Frost is going to deal a decent amount of damage, but it is also not going to be enough. But meanwhile, the Sven goes for a kill onto the Clockwork. The Clockwork is going to go down. That is going to be 3 heroes going down for the side of Sigma 5, and 4 heroes looking to push down the tier 3 in the mid lane. So that is a really quick turnaround. We see a buyback coming in from the Clockwork. The Clockwork will be able to delay the game with those cards.
Here.
The Sven does not have a Godstrand to fight, so I don't think that's a fight they want to take. They are content with the tier 2 that they got. The Shadow Shaman is going to TV back to base, and things are looking really grim for the side of Team Sigma 5 since the Sven has that BKB, but then again he did use it pretty early on. Maybe if they drag the game out into the late game, the duration of the BKB is not going to matter that much and allow the OD to deal the amount of damage that he needs to.
Radiant are scanning.
Boom! There.
So the Crimson Guard is going to get completed onto the Underlord. That is going to make sure that his heroes are not going to die to the right click coming in from the Legion Commander and the Troll Warlord. We see an Invis Rune onto the Shadow Shaman. Both the teams relatively do not have any kind of sentries or detection for invisibility, so if they do decide to make a play with that Invis Rune, that is going to be really essential and allow them to get some crucial kills to make them come back into the game. The Sven has about 3.8k golds being saved up. Maybe he wants to go for a Divine Rapier, but then again, that is what I would do. I assume that he is a sensible man and he would go for something more on the lines of a Satanic to allow himself to go for that region during those team fights. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Earthshaker is looking really wimpy as he is scared that heroes might pop up and go for a kill onto him anytime soon. Meanwhile, the 5 heroes from the side of Sigma 5 have grouped up in the top lane. So I don't think the Earthshaker is going to die anytime soon. But he is kind of being skeptical about farming that creep wave. So we see the 5 heroes going for a smoke in the tier 2. They know that the heroes are present in the dire side, but then again the Sven does have the BKB, so they have to be really careful about the team fight that they want to take. They do spot out that Underlord and the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman is going to deal. Okay, Sven goes ahead and pops the Stormhammer and the BKB, so one more right click and the OD might just die. The Sven though, he's going to turn around and try to look for a kill onto the Clockwork. The Clockwork is going to go down either way. The BKB was wasted. I don't think he needed to have popped that BKB, but then again, the OD was really close to death, so I don't think that usage of BKB was that unjustified. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see the Earthshaker has that haste rune. Maybe they want to go for a kill onto the heroes of Sigma 5. He does spot out. Okay, that Enchant Totem is going to catch out 2 heroes, but then again, he cannot do anything, so he's just going to force tap out and play it safe. He does have that Echo Slam to spend, so he's going to save that for a good team fight. A Fissure coming onto the Lich. The Lich is going to get stunned up, but we see the Arcane Orbs coming in from the OD is going to deal a decent amount of damage and make sure that the Underlord is going to be low. We see a Hex coming onto the Legion Commander. The Legion Commander is going to get hexed up, but that is not going to be the case. He is going to go down. Meanwhile, the Troll Warlord, he is going to go down. And the OD, he is going to deal a lot of damage. And that is going to be 4 heroes going down from the side of Team ThaEsports. We see the Sniper is going to be the only one who's alive. He is going to pop out the Hurricane Pipe and try to go for the kill. But he is looking really grim right now. And the OD is going to finish that. That is going to be another team wipe going for the side of Team Sigma 5. ThaEsports played really well in the beginning of that team fight, but then again they did not have those BKBs on that Sven, so the Sven did not survive that team fight for long. So this is probably going to be resulting in a push onto the top tier 2. The heroes from the side of ThaEsports are not going to be respawning anytime soon, so the tier 2 is much less secured. So we see a halberd being attempted by the Legion Commander. That halberd will come really handy in those team fights if the BKB is down, and he can just use that and make sure that the Sven does not deal the amount of damage that he needs to.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, a TP coming in from the Underlord. The Enchant Totem is going to catch out the Legion Commander. The Legion Commander is going to get rooted up by the Underlord, and the Firestorm is going to do a lot of damage. We see this wards being dropped for the Legion Commander. So the Legion Commander is going to go down, but then again, he did not go down in vain. He did force the Shadow Shaman to use that ward, which was totally unnecessary, by the way. The Fissure coming onto the Clockwork. The Clockwork is going to get stunned up, and Enchant Totem is going to make sure that he is going to be locked down for now, but we see the Force Staff coming in from the dual Force Staffs coming in from the OD and the okay, the Clockwork is going to be safe for now. He is going to hookshot onto the neutral creeps and he is going to be safe. The Legion Commander is not going to be respawning for 50 more seconds, so that is not a good team fight to take for the side of Sigma 5. The OD, having completed his BKB, is going to go for the Shivas Guard. The Shivas Guard gives him that essential intelligence that he needs to deal a decent amount of damage with that Sanity's Eclipse. And we see an Assault Crest being made by the Sven that is also going to allow him to deal way more damage to the structures.
My spirit echoes.
Also, that essential armor coming in is going to make sure he's going to survive a team fight if the Troll Warlord is going to be hitting him head to head. The sniper, though, having completed his PKB, will also be able to do a decent amount of damage in those team fights if he does not get shot up in the beginning. So it seems like the game is at a stalemate. The Roshan is going to get scouted out by the Clockwork. So the next team fight is probably going to be around that area. We see a double damage near that. It is going to get pinged out by the Clockwork. So maybe they want to give that to the Troll Warlord and make him do Roshan. So do check us out, guys. We are Playtonia. We do esport content. And we have hosted Conquerors Insignia. We have hosted many other events before, and do check them out in our YouTube channel, Playtonia shout out. Do check out our Twitch and Facebook page. We roll out constant contents, which I am sure is going to entertain you, and we are looking to be the headstorm spearheading the esports scene in India. And as I speak about that, we see a 5-man smoke coming in from the side of Sigma 5. They are looking to go for a kill onto the Rocket Flyer. Is going to scout out 3 heroes. They can take this team fight instantaneously and get a bunch of kills. So the Clockwork is going to spearhead that fight. And we see the Troll Warrior is going to spot out the heroes. BKB is going to get popped up by both the parties. And the OD is just going to melt down that Underlord. The BKB has not been popped up by the OD, so he is not looking really low. The Stormhammer is going to connect. And oh my god, the OD is going to get 2 kills, but then again he does go down. The sniper is going to deal a lot of damage. He is Glimmer Cave, and the BKB is going to make sure that he's going to survive for now. So that is going to be the OD and the Troll Warlord going down for the side of Sigma 5, and the Earthshaker and the Sven going down for the side of Team ThaEsports. So we see a TP coming in from the Shadow Shaman and the Sniper to follow. Maybe if they want to go for a Hex and disables onto the heroes in the mid lane, they could get a bunch of kills. We see the Shadow Shaman going for the Glimmer Cape, trying to spot out any heroes. He does spot out the Legion Commander and the Clockwork. He is going to shackle that Legion Commander and make sure that he is going to deal a decent amount of damage. But then again, the burst coming in from the Legion Commander is going to make sure that the Clockwork is not going to be a Hex for now. But then again, I don't think he's going to survive. The Assassinate is going to follow him down to near the Radiant Ancient Camp and make sure that he is going to die.
Share the burden of command.
You see an Illusion Drone being popped up by the Legion Commander, and they do spot out the Roshan. So maybe they want to finish that up first and go for a bunch of kills. So the Shadow Shaman and the Sniper are inside the Roche pit, trying to finish up Roche before the heroes inside of Sigma 5 respawn. But then again, Sigma 5 do know that they're inside the Roche pit, and the Sven is also nearby, so he will be there to take that team fight. He blinks in and tries to pop that Master Madness, making sure that he will be able to finish that Roshan pretty fast. That is going to be an Aegis and Cheese going for the side of ThaEsports. Is going to be picked up by Sniper, while the Cheese is going to get picked up by the Earthshaker. Okay, that seems reasonable since the Earthshaker is the initiating spearhead for the side of ThaEsports. If he goes in and if he throws out all his spells, he would need that Cheese to regen up and stay alive. So we see a Barfly being completed onto the Troll Warlord. He's looking really tanky, and once he completes his Skadi, I don't think that ThaEsports have a way of winning the game. So I would think that this is the timing window that ThaEsports have to complete the game.
Ah, this will come in handy.
You see ThaEsports mobilizing in the top lane, trying to go for a push onto the tier 2. The tier 2 is still standing. Once they get that, they open up the tier 3s for more kills. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we are going to see the Troll Warlord is going to make sure that the tier 2 over there is going to go
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom
and it does not seem like he's going to
fallen.
stop. He is going to go ahead and go for the tier 3, but he might need a TP back since the 5 heroes from the side of ThaEsports are mobilizing themselves and trying to go for a push onto the tier 3. Okay, the Legion Commander and the Troll Warlord do not want to take this team fight. They TP down to the top lane and they are looking to push down the tier 3 themselves. But the Underlord is going to use his ultimate and make sure that he is going to capture the Legion Commander at least. If the Legion Commander is going to go down, Sven having to pump his God Strength will be able to get that kill. And that is a good distraction coming in from the Legion Commander and the Troll Warlord, making sure that their own tier 3 does not go down to the 5-man onslaught of ThaEsports. So we see the shrine being popped up and 5 heroes are trying to rotate down to the bottom lane. Maybe if they go ahead for a push while the Legion Commander is still down, they have a chance of getting some more structure. The Observer coming from the side of ThaEsports is going to spot out the Troll Warlord. Maybe they want to go for a kill onto him. I don't think so. They want to go for a push instead, as suggested by the sniper who draws in the minimap. Okay, since the tier 3 is down, the shrine is open for taking, so ThaEsports are going to go for that shrine. They move that pretty fast, and if they want to go look for the other shrine, they have to be really careful since the heroes from the side of Sigma 5 are gathered and huddled up around that shrine. We see an Invis rune being popped up by the Underlord. If he catches any of the heroes from the side of Sigma 5, okay, that is going to be a 5-man smoke coming in from the side of ThaEsports. They are trying to look to go for a kill onto any of the heroes who are going to be naive enough to wander too far from the base. They do spot out the OD. The OD is going to get fissured and a God Strength is going to get popped up with the BKB. The BKB is going to deal a lot of damage. That is going to be the Clockwork definitely going to go down. No, he is going to be safe for now. The Troll Warlord, though, he is going to focus his eyes on the Sniper. The Sniper does have the Aegis, but the Underlord is going to pop that ultimate and he's going to make sure that he's going to TP back. But the Sniper, though, he respawns a bit too late and he is going to get caught up by the OD and the Legion Commander. He goes for the duel and he gets that dual victory. So that is going to be one more kill going for the Legion Commander and he gets that bonus damage. So that is all well and good going for the side of Team Sigma 5. They somehow managed to salvage that fight even though Sniper had that Aegis and they could have won that if they stayed. But the Underlord deciding otherwise TP'd his friends back home, and one of the friends who did not TP back home was the Sniper and he paid with his life. So we see a 5-man onslaught coming down to the mid lane. Okay, not 5-man, that is going to be 3 people from Sigma 5 trying to go for a push onto the mid lane. The tier 3 is looking really low. If they finish that up, they do open up the shrines for the taking. But I don't think that's going to be possible. We see the tier 2 is going to get pinged up by the side of ThaEsports. They know that they are looking to go for a kill, and I don't think this is a team fight that they should take since it's going to be 5-man. Sven blinks in aggressively trying to catch that Lich, but he did use that Glimmer Cape, so he is going to be safe for now. The Troll Warlord is going to... Okay, he's going to pop his BKB and Diffusal Blade, and he's trying to go for that Underlord, but Underlord gets force-staffed twice back into his base. Okay, we see a Blink, Blade Mail, and Duel coming from the Legion Commander. He is going to catch out the Sven, but the Sven looking really tanky, and the Underlord negating most of the damage coming in from the Legion Commander is going to make sure his team is going to survive. The Chain Frost coming in from the Lich is going to deal a decent amount of damage, but it's not going to be enough to get a kill. The OD is looking really low, and we see the Lich is going to get hexed and spotted up, and he is going to go down. Sven takes that kill. That is going to be 3 kills going the way of ThaEsports and Sigma 5. The Lich says a LOL onto the all chat, so he knows that they messed up in those team fight. The shrine is going to get popped up by the Sven. This is a really good timing window for the side of ThaEsports to go for a push onto the high ground. I think they want to go for the shrine instead. But then again, I'm not really a pro player, so I don't really know. They do spot out the... okay! The Earthshaker is going to be trapped up in the trees, but the Troll Warlord does not want to go for the kill. He knows that if he commits to that, the heroes will go for a kill onto him. So we see the OD trying to defend that base in vain, and we see the Troll Warlord is going to go for a bit of damage onto the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker, though, he is going to block him out with the Fissure, and the tier 3 down the mid lane is going to go down. The dual siege creep is going to deal a decent amount of damage, but we see a hook coming onto the Sven. The Sven has not popped his BKB yet. He does pop it now, and he is trying to deal a decent amount of damage, but we know that the Troll Warlord has that butterfly, and he is going to make sure that Sven goes down. Chain Frost is going to do a decent amount of damage. The Underlord is looking really low. He pops his Blade Mail, but then again, the Legion Commander blinks in with the Blade Mail, tries to get it through onto the Shadow Shaman. He will be able to get that, and that is a consolation prize. The OD, though, he has respawned, and he is trying to go for a kill, but the Sanity's Eclipse is going to make sure that all the heroes from the side of ThaEsports are going to go down. That is a 5-man team wipe, and this might be a really good timing window for the side of Sigma 5 to go for a push and get that tier 3 going on. We see a buyback coming in from the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker will not be able to defend that on his own. I assume that most of his cores need to buy back with him, but maybe they don't have buyback, and that is going to be really devastating. We see the Underlord is going to buy back now. He was a bit hesitant in the beginning, but he is going to buy back as of now. If he is going to go for that Firestorm spam onto the OD, that might... Okay, we see the Blade Mail being popped up by the Legion Commander, but the Legion Commander is going to go down. One more hit from the tower is going to secure the kill. No, the Firestorm is just going to deal the amount of damage that he needs to deal to get that kill. We see two heroes defending really desperately against the onslaught of Sigma 5. Sigma 5 are not really gathered up to go for that one lane of barracks, so things are looking really grim for them too. We see an MKB being bought up by the Sven. That is going to allow him to deal a lot more damage to the Troll Warlord, since the Troll has a good amount of evasion going in for him with that butterfly. The Sven TPs down to the bottom lane, farming up that creep wave pretty much instantaneously, since he does deal a lot of damage even without his God Strength. There is a double damage down the river if he needs to, but okay, that is going to get swapped up for an Invis Rune. You see an Aghanim Scepter being completed onto the Lich. That is going to make sure that the Chain Frost is going to keep bouncing on till the end of time. So, taking a team fight right now for the side of ThaEsports is going to be more difficult, since the Lich's Chain Frost is going to be bouncing around unlimitedly. We see a haste being picked up by the Underlord. He is trying to scout out the Roshan. Maybe the next Roshan is going to be the deciding factor for the next team fight. The Troll Warlord, though, he does not have more item choices to go for. We see a 5-man smoke coming in from the side of ThaEsports. They are trying to look for Roshan. Roshan has not spawned yet. They do know that it is going to respawn sometime soon. The Clockwork using the Rocket Flare to scout out the Roche area, but he does not spot any of them out since they are smoked up. The OD is looking really strong right now. He is pretty tanky. He has that Shiva's Guard and that BKB, and he wants to go for a Hex next. Once he gets that Hex, I don't think ThaEsports have a chance of winning the team fights. We see the rewards coming in from the side of ThaEsports, and that is going to get pinged up by the Lich. So they know that the top jungle for the side of Sigma 5 is not really safe to go. The top front is going to get contested by the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker is trying to deal the amount of damage that he needs to, but I don't think that's going to be possible. But there you go. You see the Underlord coming in, helping him out, and that is going to be the shrine going down.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
So the shrine goes down, and this is looking to be a 5v5 bloody team fight going to happen. Roche has respawned. Maybe they want to go for Roche. They do know that this is about the time Roche is going to respawn. So yeah, it is going to get pinged out by the snipers, so they want to go for Roshan. Once they have that Roshan, maybe they have a chance to win those team fights. see the heroes from Sigma 5, they don't plan on really contesting the start. They do know that they're going to do that since the rocket flare scouts it out. You see the Aegis going for the sniper and the cheese for the Sven. Okay, the Sven does not have anything really. The cheese is going to get picked up by the Shadow Shaman, I guess. Sven, having completed his BKB, will be able to do much more in these team fights. We see Ralph on the Earthshaker having completed his Blink Dagger and the Glimmer Cape. So we see the Lich is going to scout out the Underlord. He goes, okay, the Sven pops up his BKB, he just goes for a kill. He did not bother dodging, so things are looking really grim. That BKB was possibly a waste since getting that for a support kill was not worth it. We see an Enchanter onto the Legion Commander. The Legion Commander is going to get burned up by the Underlord, and he is going to go down. The Sven is going to take that kill. We see the Shadow Shaman though in the mid lane. He is going to drop that Serpent Wars and try to deal a decent amount of damage to the towers, but that is probably not going to be a lot. We see the Shrapnel coming in from the Sniper is going to zone them out, but we see a Blink BKB and Blade Mail duel coming in from the Legion Commander is going to secure the kill onto the Sniper. The Sniper though, he has that Aegis to work with, and the Sven blinks in and gets the kill onto the Legion Commander. The Legion Commander does not have buyback. The OD though, the OD goes for the Sandals Eclipse. He deals a lot of damage and he manages to get a kill onto the Sven, but he is really low himself and he does go down. So that is like 3 heroes going down for the side of Sigma 5. The Troll Warlord has to buy back, and I don't think he will be able to do a lot in these team fights. The Sniper is going to be in a safe distance trying to deal the amount of damage he needs to. We see 4 heroes from the side of ThaEsports are not looking to really go for the kills. They want to get those structures and play it safe for now. The Troll though, he will not be able to do a lot of this on his own. You see the Sniper in a really dangerous position as of now, but the top barracks are probably going to go down.
Are fortified. Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Yes, they are going to go down fairly contested. The Lich does have an Agonist Chain Frost, so things are looking really weird. But then again, we see that Underlord trick, he TPs them all back to base. So ThaEsports are pulling it together. They are playing it really well. Even though the Sven did die in that last team fight, they managed to salvage it. They managed to kill that Legion Commander and that OD, and also get the top barracks. We see a gem coming onto the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker will be able to spot out that Lich, who is constantly using that Glimmer Cape to try to scout out the heroes from the side of ThaEsports. We see a Blink Dagger coming in from the Shadow Shaman. That is also going to be really essential in these team fights. We see a double damage being ignored by the Sniper. Maybe if he gets that, they could go for one more team fight, but I guess he wants to give it to the Sven. Okay, they ping the double damage out, and they want the Sniper to pick that up pretty fast. Triple 4 staffs coming in from the supports of ThaEsports, trying to get that Sniper to get that double damage rune.
Fortune's changed.
So the Sven has respawned. He has a Satanic being queued up in his pick buy. Once he gets that, I don't think he is going to die. But then again, his BKB charges are looking really low. He only has a 5-second BKB right now. We see a 5-man gathered up down the bottom lane, trying to finish up that last lane of barracks. And once they do that, the Mega Creeps are going to make the game consequentially much harder for the side of Sigma 5. We see an Observer Ward being dropped up by the Shadow Shaman, a hookshot coming onto the Clockwork. The Clockwork is trying to isolate the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker though, but then again the Sven blinks in. He goes for that stun onto the Lich, and the Lich goes down. The Troll Warlord had to pop his BKB. We see 2 buybacks coming in from the side of the Lich and the Clockwork. 2 buybacks. That is certainly going to be worth it, but the Chain Frost is going to be bouncing onto the Underlord. The Underlord is looking really weak. We see that Hex coming onto the Clockwork. The Clockwork is going to get Glimmer Cape, and he is going to be safe for now. The Earthshaker, though, he just uses the Echo Slam onto the Clockwork. I guess he thought that was a worthy opponent to go for that. Meanwhile, we see the Blink Dagger onto the Legion Commander, goes for the duel onto the Shadow Shaman and gets that. Meanwhile, the Creeps, though, they absolutely shattered the top lane of barracks, and that is going to be 2 barracks going down for the side of ThaEsports, but then again they do lose 3 of their heroes trying to get that final barracks, so the game is pretty even for now, even though ThaEsports have a 11k net worth lead. So the game is going to be at a stalemate. I know that I have given the shout out to all our sponsors before, but I'm going to do it again because I'm a corporate sellout. S1GM University, Phoenix Market City, Bangalore, Acer Predators, Circle City Gaming, Redbull, Twitch as our broadcasting partner, and Wittyfeed. Thank you for sponsoring us. We are Playtonia. Do check us out. We are a premium esports portal working in India, and we believe that we can make esports better in India. Do check out our Facebook page. Do check out our YouTube channel. Do check out our Twitch channel. If you do not know what Twitch is and you're a gamer, shame on you. Shame on you, man. Shame on you. Satanic being completed onto the Sven. I don't think the Sven's impact in this game during the late game is going to be large, since the BKB charges are... Yeah, he does have that 5-second BKB. That is not enough duration of magic immunity to deal the damage to the OD. The OD just uses that Sanity Eclipse and melts down that Sven. Things are looking really grim for the side of ThaEsports. If they go for 2 more skirmishes like that where they lose their heroes, I don't think ThaEsports have a chance to win. So the game has gone on for 1 hour. We have to commend these esports stars, since they have the tenacity to stay in front of a computer screen for 1 hour, trying to get those kills, trying to just win that fight. It's all about winning that video game, isn't it? Video game is not just casually playing it these days. You have to win, you have to be competitive, you have to be good at it to make a career out of it for yourself, and that is exactly what our heroes in this game are doing right now. To be playing for 1 hour, man, 1 hour, that is a lot of time, and they don't mind spending it for a video game, so shout out to you guys. So the Roshan has not spawned as of yet, but I don't think ThaEsports have the patience to wait for another Roshan to go for a kill. They just are going to gather up in the mid lane, try to push it out, and maybe go for the bottom lane of barracks. Yes, they do want to go for the bottom lane of barracks, since they know that is way better. The wards from the Radiant side are going to spot them out though, so they have to be really careful. The sniper has that MKB and that Mjolnir completed. He's trying to go for that butterfly. Once he has that butterfly, he is going to be able to deal a decent amount of damage sitting all the way on the back. But the blade mails are also going to come into action from the side of Sigma 5. So he has to be really careful. These team fights need to be taken really meticulously from both the sides to, if they ever hope on winning this game. So we see a push coming onto the bottom lane. We see the sniper drawing a straight line onto the barracks down the bottom lane. He does not want to wait anymore. He just wants to go there and hit those buildings, and he wants to make sure that mega creeps are going to be there. So that will actually be an assurance that they can take it easy if the game is going to go for a much longer time. So we see a big creep wave coming down to the bottom lane, and the heroes from Sigma 5 are also going to gather up. They are looking to take this team fight with all their skills, all their experience. Every one of these heroes is maxed out. This is a true game of Dota, and as I speak about it, we see a hook shot coming in from the Clockwork. The Clockwork is in a really vulnerable position right now. The Observer Ward being dropped up by the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman, that is just going to whittle down that situation. Even though the Clockwork went for that hook shot, he just went back. He does not think that that is a good time to take the team fight. The OD has that Hex, has that Shiva's Guard. He will be able to take the team fight if he goes for it meticulously. We see the Firestorm Spam coming out from the Underlord. We see the Shadow Shaman wards being dropped up by the Shadow Shaman. That is going to deal a lot of damage to the structures. And we see a fissure coming in for the OD. The OD is going to be trapped for now. We see the Chain Frost coming out from the Lich. It is going to deal a decent amount of damage. The tier 3 is going to go down. We see a hookshot coming onto the Clockwork. The Clockwork is going to trap up the Sniper. The Sniper, he has the Hurricane Spike. He is just going to get out and deal a decent amount of damage. And the Clockwork goes down. The Lich also goes down. They do not have buyback. And I believe that if Sigma 5 do not make this stand right now, they are going to lose the game. A beautiful Echo Slam coming in from the Earthshaker. It is going to stun block these. Okay, the Satanic is going to get popped up by the Troll Warlord. He is going to be dealing a decent amount of damage, but the BKB and Godstone being popped up by the Sven. The Sven is going to make sure that the last lane of backs are going to go down, and they are just going to get back. The Troll Warlord is trying to chase that Sniper, but then again, the Ancient is under the siege of the siege creeps coming in from the Dire. I think this is when they call when they call GG, but they do have that buyback from the OD, and the Troll Warlord, he does manage to just save the game. So the Ancient has like what 10% HP, and they don't want to give up. Such tenacity coming in from the heroes from the side of Sigma 5. What do you look at that? See a Hex being given up for the Underlord. Once he finishes that, maybe they have one more lockdown in their arsenal to go for get that essential kill to finish the game. So we see a double damage being popped up by the Sven. He is going to go to the Rosh Pit. He is probably going to melt down the Roshan with the amount of damage that he deals. It is going to get spotted out by the Clockwork. No, the Rocket Flare did not go to that distance. The Lich, having completed his Aghanim Scepter for quite a long time, he's not been able to do a lot in this game. The BKB is coming in handy from those heroes. Roshan is going to go down the Aegis. I wonder who's going to pick that up. They give it to the Shadow Shaman, man. That's how long the game has gone down. They're going to give that one item that makes a hero respawn instantly over that area. They're going to give it to a support. So that's how we know that the game has gone way too long.
Ah, this will come in handy.
Oh, we see a duel coming in onto the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman is going to die, but then again, he has an Aegis to respawn. The Shadow Shaman is looking to go for a Hex onto the OD maybe, but we see the Troll Warlord is going to get disabled by the Heaven's Halberd. The Firestorm is going to miss, and one more hit onto the OD. The OD is going to go down. He does not have buyback, and the BKB being fogged up by the Troll Warlord. The Troll is going to... Okay, the Troll is going to get hexed, controlled, and killed by the Sniper, so it's going to be a 4v5 in the mid lane. Sigma 5 do not want to give this game up by any means. And you see Radiant's Ancient is under attack, and GG is going to be called. I guess the mental pressure for the side of Sigma 5 was too high, and they just had to give that game up. And that, my friends, that was a good game of Dota 2, and that's about it. Do check us out, Playtonia's Facebook, Playtonia's YouTube channel, Playtonia's Twitch, and as I said, if you don't know what Twitch is, please just don't call yourself a gamer anymore. Why are you even watching this? And with that, I'm going to be signing off. This is Old Bear, also known as Siddharth Prashant, and I'm going to go... So I'm just going to go. I'm not going to make this cringy for you guys.